Welcome to another episode of Your Opinion Don't Count, where any and everything goes, and there's no room for thin skin and safe spaces.
Y'all already know it's your boy DJ.
It's currently original.
It's Dito.
It's Adam. So, before we get into anything today, I want all the viewers to know, excuse me, I want y'all to know y'all could leave comments in the videos, at the bottom of the videos. We want to see y'all comments. If y'all haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Go ahead. Click that notification button on YouTube. We want to see those comments. If y'all do leave a comment, we'll read it. We might even talk about something y'all say, so please do that.
We do respond as well.
Yeah, so wanted to touch on problems in the country. I want everyone to kind of tell us what they think is the biggest problem facing the country right now from your view. DJ, you have anything that you want to say on this?
Social media.
It's the biggest problem?
That's
All right.
one of them.
All right.
In America?
Yeah.
Break down.
In the
Let us
country.
know why you feel that that's the case.
Why?
Well, first thing first, I can start off with this. Like, right now, Instagram even removing the feature to see how many likes you get on a certain picture, or not certain picture, on pictures. I don't know how true this is, but they literally removing that because everybody seek validation, and social media is like everything now, bro. Like, people go to that for approvals. People go to that to try and be popular, famous, or whatever the case, or to have an opinion that don't fucking count. What I'm saying is everything got to be done on social media. Like, anywhere you go now, it's a video recorded. Somebody fighting, some argument, some this, some that. Yeah, exactly, right? Everything. Social media is pretty much consuming
so
everything.
you don't sit down and watch them videos? Because let's keep recording those videos. I find them very entertaining.
I just saying, bro. Like, think about it, bro. Like, kids now, fuck. When I was young, I ain't had no cell phone with Snapchat and fucking Twitter and all that shit. Nowadays, like, a 12-year-old, you probably can't even find a 12-year-old without a cell phone and without a little social media presence or whatever the case. And that means something to them, bro. And they grow into that.
You think that's the biggest problem?
That's one of them,
that's
because
one
it
of the
start with
biggest problems
because
the
it start with.
country
I mean, I could have talked about the corruption in the government. I could have talked about police brutality.
But that's his view, though. So listen,
I could have talked about that shit.
But I want to say, so if you feel that social media is a bad thing, but I think that could be on both sides, because if you look at it, right, back like when we was growing up, for a hip hop artist to make it or something like that, right, they had to get signed to a label. They had to, go through all this promotion, and they stuck with a company now. And this is why I say it's two sides to it, in my opinion. It's because anyone can get famous. You don't need a label. You don't need some huge company to back you and make your money for you. You could do that on your own. You could become famous if you have talent. Where I don't like it, but where I don't like it is you got some of these bullshit people who actually getting famous off of some serious bullshit. Like really, we letting y'all get famous for this?
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from though. Whereas, cause like the Instagram thing, removing seeing the likes, cause now you doing stuff just for that.
And it's so fucked up.
But
People upset about that.
People get paid on likes, so like of course, like if I on YouTube, or I mean, the more likes I get, the more money they dish me out.
All right, so
I'm trying to get more likes.
Let me translate this back to like when we was growing up again, before the social media era, right? When you get fresh, right? You go out, right? You get fresh, and people your friends or whatever, be like, "Wait, they some fresh kicks."
Solid.
That's likes,
solid,
bro. That's
yeah.
that's likes.
Solid.
Before there was social media. So what's wrong with that?
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you get. And I ain't saying you should do it. You should, if you gonna get fly, you should
do it for yourself.
You.
Yeah.
You should want to be fly just because I fly, and it shouldn't even matter what someone else
should make you feel
say.
good.
But no lie, when you was teenagers, babe, every time you get fly, you couldn't wait till your friends them be like,
but not the thing is you used to buy clothes to go out to get fly and go out. Now people just buy clothes to get fly, take pictures in their house.
in the
Yeah,
front of the
because-
fucking bathroom mirror, nigga.
Yeah.
The most famous place
Yeah,
ever
the
to take
moment-
photos
a selfie.
in the bathroom, nigga.
That's true.
Even with food, people just go out and take a picture of they fucking plate and
Probably don't even eat everything.
don't
on
even
the
eat
plate.
everything on the plate.
But that's
That
what's up.
that,
I mean,
I can't stand.
that's how
the
we
food shit.
communicate nowadays. Like, it's so easy to communicate to people around the world. Like, all
I
us,
mean,
all us
well,
from a different country.
We don't
you
need
know what I
social
mean?
media for that.
We are not all from a different country. What are you talking about?
Yes, all us from the Bahamas, which is a different country.
Then,
And
well,
Then-
than we're in right now. Yes.
Okay.
We're not
So
all
you
individually.
took it too
from
literal,
different
buddy.
countries.
He tried to swing.
right? Right?
He
But
tried to throw a curveball there, bro.
but I mean, like, you know, you got social media, and that's how we stay in contact with most of our family. Like, see, and you want to know what's like.
Shout out to WhatsApp.
You want to know what's going on. You know what I mean? You
But
wanna
it's
be
not social
involved, like,
media.
because we so
Yeah.
far away.
not social media.
But I mean, it could be considered.
WhatsApp, not social media, but people is contact people on Facebook,
Yeah.
Twitter.
No.
Yeah.
What else? Instagram.
But I'm
and
saying,
stuff.
Instagram.
if I wanted to keep in touch though, I don't need none of them. I'll just be okay. I'll be content with WhatsApp. Is what I'm saying.
with a phone call.
Yeah,
or
but-
text.
You know what's so funny? People will not say something to you or call you or reach out to you. Tell they on Facebook and they see a
see
picture
some
of you out, like you say, taking pictures of your food or whatever it is. Now they decide. To
And they
reach out
say,
to you.
"Oh, DJ eating, boy,
But
he
I
eating
think
good."
that's- I think that's.
Yeah, we
Fuck
everyone can see
yeah.
that. DJ stand up for us. So
Yeah, bitch ass, yeah.
I think that's that conditioning though. Whereas like before, like we used to go out and stuff like that, and when the internet come around, it's like, oh, it's this new thing. Now it's kind of getting to the point where it's reversed, whereas everything done on the internet, and now people starting to go out and they trying to break away from the internet because of everything that's going on with us. Like we just, everything is the internet. I know is another dude on YouTube every August. What he is do completely for the month of August, he is lock his phone in a safe and stay away from social media and all of that stuff. He's got an
Who?
Oh,
old flip
Who's
phone.
do this? One of your friends?
No, just another YouTuber.
Yeah, I don't necessarily have a problem with social media. I think the problem is come with like as far as like reaching out to other people and see what's going on, because like, yeah, you can make a phone call, but like when you got a camera where you can see, like you could do live or see what people into at that very moment, that's pretty cool. But as far as like people wasting hours sitting down just scrolling is some extreme shit, and that's where I feel like the problem is coming. You know, like people, like if someone out there and just posting or whatever and doing what they got to do on social media and leaving it alone, yeah, but like you got people out there that just sit and scroll
So
I got a question.
for
though.
hours. Know what I
got a que-
mean?
I got a question.
And it's like a waste of time, and that's where like I feel like social media is the problem part of it.
you know, hold on. To touch on that before your question, I have that same issue. Well, I had that issue. I don't have social media no more. I don't have Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, none of these things. I don't believe in social media because of the time it is eat up. And I find myself, before I deleted my social media, I find myself that it was like, yo, I would sit down and I'd be like, yo, I just roll on Facebook for 5 minutes. And next thing you know, it was like 2 hours later,
Yeah.
I was like, yo, hold on now. This eats away at my life. With that dude who decides he gonna lock his phone away and get a flip phone, bro. I don't think he needs to do that. If you have to go that far, you have no discipline,
It's
bro.
consumed you.
Nah, that's
Yeah, bro,
that
you
thing.
consume. I have a smartphone and nothing urges me to want to go on Facebook,
No,
you know-
Instagram.
Y'all know this
Twitter,
nigga got a lemon when he said I have a smartphone.
Alright, it was for a legit reason, but it don't matter. When I had my other iPhone, I deleted. I haven't had social media for what, 4 or 5 years now. I don't have no urge to want to do it. It's a discipline in you. When I first got rid of it, it was like for a couple of days. Then I was like, nah, I gotta go back on Facebook.
Well, for him, the reason he says he does it is because his job entails, like he deals with a lot of politics and stuff like that, and his job entails being on the social media site, seeing everything that's going on. So he's always reading all these articles, all these stuff
Yeah,
like
but
that.
all right. So if
And-
his job entails that, and he locks his phone away, he's taking it away. Just don't go on it at all.
No, and so what he does is it's a complete breakaway from like even like he doesn't even use the computer, the internet. He does like everything is going out. But this is for I mean
don't
Getting
feel
away
you gotta
more
lock
from
away your phone.
technology.
yeah, yes, that but that's his decision.
Because
He feel he need a break from everything. So
yeah,
just
I could understand as far as like people, you know, you got the people who do it for work, and then people who just do it, you know, for fun. And people who do it for work, like, because that's the world we live in now, everyone online, everyone contact through the internet. So
But
you're
that
doing
helps-
it for work. I mean, you have to do it. I mean, and it could, I
that
can see
helps
where
to
it get
consume you,
exhausting.
though. Yeah, it helps to consume you. So what's your question is, DJ?
What y'all think will happen to America if social media just ended, like in the blink of an eye?
I think people will have hustle again.
I think we're gonna
Real
go.
hustle.
I think we're gonna go backwards.
I think we nah.
It's
I
gonna
think we
be
still
fucking.
Got,
It's gonna
I
be
think we
riots
still got
and
hustle
shit,
now
bro.
though.
It's gonna be fucking riots and shit, my nigga.
It'll be
That's
riots.
what's gonna happen.
It'll be riots initially because anytime you just
Them
take something,
Instagram models, they can be tight as fuck.
Yeah, because they
Any-
loose as fuck right now. right?
anytime you take away something in the blink of an eye, people gonna make noise and throw riots
Lead
and
of
stuff
the
like
Lord.
that. Because I mean, a lot of people just can't see the future of things that's happening. Whereas you know, you see something pop up and it's like, oh, when machines came about to make cars, they're like, oh, we losing the jobs of all these people who put the cars together to machines. But it's like they just so focused at what's there now, they can't even see what's to come. See that, okay, now there are other jobs that you can do mining those machines or fixing those machines and stuff like that. That is less intensive than putting the car together, but you could also get paid more, like stuff like that. So even if you take social media away, there's gonna be something else that comes to kind of fill its
Fill that
place,
void, yeah.
whatever that may be.
So you say you feel people have hustle. Obviously at all points in life, no matter social media, no social media, or whatever, everybody has hustle. You have that. That's the only way true leaders come about. You have to have some sort of hustle. What I'm saying is, do you think the people that are getting successful because of this have more hustle than the people before them? Because I feel like if we even just stick to like hip hop and like social media stars, because it's usually more acting, movies, stuff like that, music and stuff, right? So you feel they got more hustle today than it was back then? Because truthfully,
I
to
No, I
get
don't-
famous, there's
I
more work.
wouldn't classify it as one is more hustle than the next. It's different types of hustle. I still think they have the same intensity. Because when you see some of these people
gotta put in work,
on the
yeah.
social media
Yeah.
who putting up these these
They put in
5-minute
work.
videos and stuff like, even us doing this podcast, we coming in here and we recording, like we taking our time that all of us, I'm sure we could find something else to do.
How would we like made this big without social media?
No, we wouldn't be able to. But he asking what
No,
is
we
it?
would.
why
It's
wouldn't
called
we?
radio,
Huh?
bro. It's been around for ages.
People,
Huh?
exactly. This would have been
And
considered
that's where it
radio
started. And
Okay,
that's why I
okay.
feel like we're gonna move forward from
Hold on,
social media.
hold
You know
on,
what I
hold
mean?
on.
Like,
That's not gonna
Hold on,
happen.
hold on, watch. He asked.
because you're thinking too small.
No,
they
bro.
never thought airplanes could fly. What you
No,
talking
bro.
about?
That ain't moving on from social media, bro.
Moving-
Social media.
Moving to something better. That's what I'm talking about.
It's something
like
else gonna come
like
up. What
something
that
else
is,
is gonna
we
come.
don't know what it is.
What it
yet.
is, we don't know.
But
See what
social,
I'm saying?
but social media is fucked up as it is already.
I know, but you
people be
thinking-
committing suicide
you
off
thinking
social
in the
media, bro.
present.
Yeah.
I know, but
You see what they saying?
that don't change that something else is
But
gonna.
that's just what I was talking about.
gonna
It was
advance
like
it.
like Adam was talking about going out and getting the likes from your friends. Oh, that look fresh and stuff like that. Somebody found a way to transition it.
The fuck is gonna be holograms? They can see my whole fit.
I don't know, must see.
Bro, that might be
That
next.
might be the next. That might
You
be
might-
the next
you
thing.
might spark
But
the
like
thought for
they
somebody.
coming out with okay. Microsoft came out with the HoloLens, right? I mean,
What's
it's a pair of shades where it's an interactive pair of shades, right? It's a fucking computer in glasses. Now where I work for Mercedes. Mercedes is starting to use it, and they're starting next year. They're gonna ship it out to all the dealerships. Whereas you put the shades on, and the car you looking at.
It diagnose it for you.
On
No,
some-
anger
on some
diagnose
Vegeta
it.
shit.
Anger diagnose it, but it'll
Like
like,
in
you
like
could pull up
Kakarot.
the whole wiring route of that car. They
Bullshit. I call bullshit.
we just had earlier this year.
So
we
it's
had a
gonna have
conference
it's
that
gonna have X-ray
they
goggles.
demoed it. It's not X-ray. It's that it'll see the VIN and it'll show you the wiring routes of all the wires, the different connectors, and all of this stuff.
And
of
you
that
could
car.
just shout out loud.
Yo,
I want X304.
listen.
I don't know about shouting out.
As
but,
far as games
but
come,
it have things where you could like on your hands and stuff. You go
You gotta wear
like you could zoom
gloves,
in and
like
shit
So
like that.
I saw Tony Stark shit.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
But that's the thing. It's just the progression of technology. So in the hustle thing, I think it's the same intent of the hustle. They have the same drive. It's just driving different things.
I don't know. The drive ain't the same in my view because, listen, back then you
gotta
had
get
to,
up and get
yeah,
out.
You had to get out and get in contact with certain people. Today, all it takes, pick up a phone. Yes, you have to be constant with it. Consistency is what's key, and doing certain things to
But
make
that's
people
what I mean.
pick up on it.
It's the drive. Like you see.
I get
Will
it,
Smith,
but
right?
that drive don't equate to the same hustle that someone that had to go out and you know how hard it is to get in contact with a label executive.
I don't think I just
That
think
takes
that
more work than it
I don't
takes
think
to
it
record some
changed
shit.
the hustle though. I think if you gotta hustle, you gotta hustle. I just think it gives you more hustling time. You know what I mean? Like back in the day.
No, but I'm
if it
saying
took
is
me
it,
to
who has a bigger hustle, who has a stronger hustle.
I
And this is what they say.
That's-
Like Will Smith now in this day and age. Will Smith been acting since way back when, and he's had interviews where he says, but he know he ain't the best rapper. He know he ain't the greatest actor, but he does know that there's nobody out there that will outwork him. That's why he is where he is. And even now, you see his big social media presence now, whereas he decided to jump on social media. He flipping, recording everything. He decided to do his old bucket list for when he turned 50. He gone videotaping.
But I don't think, I mean, not to knock anything that Will has done, because Will has put in a hustle from back then. He was of that era. At this point, Will is he's already made, bro. There's
Yeah,
nothing-
icon already.
I know,
but
but
he's an icon. He's established. He don't need
but
to.
hold-
if he
hold
kept
on, there was-
hustling like he was hustling back then, it wouldn't be no progress. He gotta move. He gotta change with
right,
the
you
times.
got to change the hustle. But
I
this
un-
is.
I
That's why
understand,
Amazon.
But-
that's why Amazon got all these stores
But,
closing now.
but this is what I'm saying. There was a point in time during the social media era that Will Smith was not being spoken of like that. He was still known, and when a movie came out, people would go and watch it.
Exactly. So
but-
he didn't have to do that social media stuff.
Right,
It
but
still
he
was-
decided. He
still would
decided,
sell.
right? He decided, okay, I still need to be relevant. I still need to be on people's minds all the time. So he decided, okay.
No, he want likes just like everybody
Yeah,
else.
I'm sure of course he does. But this also keeps him at the forefront of people's mind by always putting out content. Whatever it is, it's just a different kind of hustle. I don't think it mitigates that one person has more hustle than the next because of the era. I think individuals, the same person can have the same drive and hustle in that era and this era. It just looks
All right.
different.
So you
Like,
saying
back to my point. Back to my point. I saying like
I wasn't asking what you was saying. I was
I know,
asking
I know.
what he was saying.
I
I want to ask.
understand.
We'll get to your
Go
point
on,
in
go
just
on,
a second.
go on.
So you're saying, take one of these new kids. I ain't calling names. I was about to call a name, but we take one of these new kids and put that kid in the '90s era of where they had to go out and find these labels.
Bruh.
Exec. You think they would?
You could
If
you
they
could take
grew up-
100 new kids and put them in the 90s
Hold
era, and they'd lose their fucking
Hold on.
minds,
If
bro.
they would not be able to
hold on.
to achieve the success that they are
If-
achieving today.
Hold on, no. I disagree. If
I
you take that
disagree,
person,
too.
if you take that person and had them grow up in that era, yes, they would, and they are still the same person with the same drive and hustle that they have now. That they grow up in that era, knowing how things work in that era. Yes,
We had much less stars back then
Huh?
because they were more. You had people that had to select them. Now it's just the population selects now.
Hold
It's not an executive saying this is who we gonna
hold
put
on,
out.
but now you're talking about two different things. You're comparing hustle with somebody getting famous. Yes, in this day and age, it's easier to get famous. but it doesn't mitigate if somebody has more hustle than another.
And
Yeah, but
and to
success
add to that
does.
point is like I was saying, like
No success don't.
I don't
Somebody
change.
could
I
hustle
don't
all
think
they
it
want.
changed their drive. Like this day and age changed the drive of a person, whether they lived back then or now. I just like I said, I think it gives them more hustling time. Like if you got drive, you got drive. What would take you, maybe a whole day, back in the 90s, early 2000s, could take you 5 minutes a day. Then you can move on to something else and, know what I mean? Have more progression.
Just makes them more efficient.
Yeah, more efficient. So, I mean,
I mean, even if you look at Steve Harvey, right? Steve Harvey doesn't have. They post his stuff on social media and stuff like that, right? But Steve Harvey does a radio show in the morning, does a friggin' TV show in the afternoon, does game show. I mean, he got a lot of stuff that he's just doing. He's still hustling in a traditional sense.
And no, none of these new kids get the half hustle, boy.
and to be honest, like
I
people,
Name one new kid that have Steve Harvey hustle. Name one.
Okay, you could say Charlemagne. Yeah, I would consider him a new kid.
As a Steve Harvey
Charlemagne
hustle.
40, boy.
Yeah, he's still. And Steve Harvey 60.
Yeah, I mean, but we talking
That
about.
nigga say
we
Charlemagne
talking
40.
about
That
someone
nigga
who-
ain't no new kid at all, but he's an old kid on the block. Like.
All right, this
Even if you say he's of this new era,
This nigga say
Charlemagne don't have no Steve Harvey hustle.
He
boy.
was an asshole.
Charlemagne, now, hold on.
I mean, you talk about someone who 20, who 40, or who's 60. That's three different generations.
Right.
Know what I mean? Like,
Okay,
You can't.
He writes books. He writes books. He has a morning TV show. He does a podcast. He had a TV show.
And Charlemagne grew up in a
produces
time
stuff with
like-
MTV. Like
He grew up in that time.
Yeah, like in
old-
that time where he had
old
hustle. Yeah.
Okay, so
Like,
that
he just
back
said
in the
Steve
day
Harvey
prior
hustle.
to-
So
like people who grew up in my day and age, like was that transitioning part, like where, when I first got my phone, yeah, it was a flip phone, but a couple of years later, then we had the iPhone, and then apps start becoming more prevalent and whatever. Know what I mean? Like, I mean,
Hey, that's a weird transition, though. At least for us, like how we friggin' like for now, like
Charlemagne
nowadays.
from the old Charlemagne.
No, like how you say, like how
But
you
he
say
still don't have
we
Steve
had
Harvey.
we had flip phones or whatever the case, right? But what I saying is now like for kids now, like a regular iPhone that just blow our mind is their flip phone. You see what I saying? Like but in your case, like Charlemagne ain't no new nigga, bro. Like he recently got, like, to me, he recently got
He
really
rose to
really
fame,
big.
Not even recent,
but
and
he
it's
been
been like
fucking-
9 years now.
He been
He hasn't,
working.
he hasn't
on-
had that level of success.
Okay.
Now he's in the spotlight a lot more than 9
What about
years.
what about what they named South 85?
The 85 South Show?
85 South Show. DC Young Fly, Chico Bean,
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Carlos Miller.
Carlos.
Right? I'm not taking away that they don't have hustle. They have hustle. I agree with that, and I think they are phenomenal in what they do. When you cannot compare that to Steve Harvey, but Steve Harvey is a whole world of different.
I think you're just comparing it that just because
Level of success?
Hold on, no, not level of success. Just because somebody works physically harder means they have more hustle. Just because we in a day and age where things are easier to do doesn't mean you have less hustle.
Well, what's your definition of hustle? Like, what's
Going out there and doing what you got to do, making the shows. Okay, Steve Harvey, yeah, he had to go grind and hold on. He had to go grind and do all these little comedy clubs and stuff like that to get up there, right? Because he started off in comedy, right? But now you got these dudes, but it still takes time and effort and stuff to go and make a video.
Right.
You know what I mean?
All right, I get that. But what they're doing, they don't have as much going on as Steve Harvey right now. Steve Harvey has already did the hustle from back then and is still doing the hustle of today. He's doing what they were doing
but nobody
back then and what they're doing today. He's mixed all of that.
None of these young cats have yet to gain the level of success Steve Harvey has. But Steve Harvey also has 40 years of getting to that success that he has right now.
They still don't have his hustle, bro.
I disagree.
And we could agree to disagree on that one.
That's all.
Both y'all opinion don't count to each other anyway. So. I mean, in
My opinion counts.
nah,
I
I
have
know
to
y'all
go with
ask. I know y'all ask like, what's the biggest problem? I know social media ain't necessarily the biggest problem,
But if that's your opinion, that's
but the reason why I say that is because of the fact that we gotta look towards like the future, right? The whole moving on and this and that. But currently, like our future, the young generation, which is supposed to be our future, is trapped in this social media like world. Is what I'm saying. Like you got kids that think they really can't do nothing if they don't got this amount of likes, or they can't. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
but I think that's transition. That's slowly transitioning out of that too, because you have a lot of kids right now. Nah, if you
I think it's at an all-time high, bro.
it's at an all-time high. It's correct,
Listen,
bro.
I'm not saying it's not. I don't
Nigga,
know.
we need likes. You see what I said? Like,
yeah, please like
this,
shit.
yeah, we need likes, bro. This shit ain't gonna come off the ground without like that social
And you know
media
what?
like or none of that shit.
Self-esteem,
I don't disagree with you.
that knocks down people's self-esteem when they
I-
don't get likes.
Exactly, bro.
I don't.
Cause
disagree
niggas jump
with you.
off bridges
Welcome
and
back,
shit.
Rico.
Yeah. You know.
We gonna when this shit don't pop off, we all get into the bridge. We all gonna hold hands, and we all gonna jump together.
No, we're
Nigga,
not.
you jumping by yourself.
Nah, I
fuck?
mean,
I come to the funeral, DJ.
But
Of course, you come.
you got young. I think you got young people who got hustle out there. You know what
Yeah.
I mean, it take a lot of work to be doing this Instagram shit. You know what I mean? To be doing this YouTube shit.
That take a lot of work.
Yeah, bro.
That take a lot of work to hold your phone up to your face and say,
It take time.
"Bow."
Yeah, but to
Boom
be
versus
consistent,
bang.
but to
Yeah.
be consistent with it, bro. To like post every day and like.
Yeah, but that
Bro, that's
versus
easy for
that's
some people,
versus,
bro.
put that against someone that had to get up out of their house, go to a studio, try to get someone to hear them and take their interview. When they get turned down, they have to wake up the next morning and go do it again. They have to do that every day. But yet, you could pick up a phone and you could record 100 videos and post that to the world every day. And in order, and I ain't just talking
me. I
about
got
getting famous. I
friends
talking about success.
Gotta post every day, every fucking day, every day.
And so you do this, and you may get success easily from that. But back then,
hold on,
your
hold on,
success
hold on.
wasn't.
See, the thing y'all missing with that too, it ain't just about posting, bro. You have to get people to see your stuff. So it's about finding ways for people to see it. Before
mean,
they
but
started
it's still
off,
easier
hold on,
today.
before they started off with this promoting, you had to get your stuff for people to like in front of other people.
But and
You know what I
I
mean?
believe if you don't have that hustle, bro, you ain't gonna make it very far. Like even if, yeah, you got social media to get you out there a lot easier. But like if you don't have that hustle, when you get out there, you gotta do meetings. You gotta be on time. You gotta, know what I mean? Have shit in order. You gotta be organized. And if you don't have that, you ain't gonna.
You
ain't
saying
gonna
once you've
continue
already
to grow.
achieved a certain level,
Yeah.
and they start requesting
Like you
to
still
be
gotta have
places.
that hustle in you, know what I mean? And I do believe you got people out there today who got that hustle.
All right. I mean, yeah, but I think I kind
And you
of
got
agree with
easier
DJ.
people who just they might have blow up quick, but you recognize that, bro, they really ain't got that hustle because they couldn't keep with it. Know what I mean?
Yeah, because there's some people who get there and like you
So-
see them and they blow up for a minute just for whatever reason. It was one of them viral videos, but they can't keep that constant. They can't keep the people hooked onto what they doing.
Like Steve Harvey, he
So-
transitioned and he
So okay,
kept growing.
so all right. So y'all saying, not y'all saying, but what I could kind of get from it is, so the presence of social media is kind of not eliminate, but take away hustling from people.
Nah, I don't think so.
I mean, because
I
you
don't
got
think
you
so
got
either.
you got people who could put it together, but then you also got people who think I could just post these videos, just like Adam say.
Hold on,
I could just post these
first,
videos.
First, before we go forward, then, what's your definition of hustle?
He just asked you, and you couldn't answer.
I said it's going out there and continually doing what you're doing.
Let's look it up. What is the definition of hustle?
To me, it's
Google
working. It's working at whatever your goal is. It's working at that every day.
Yeah, it's
Know what I mean?
perfecting
Whether
your
if
craft.
it's hard work or easy work, it's staying consistent every day and working at it.
Yeah, like it ain't just okay. You have some people that
And
just
just
go.
getting the bag. Know what I mean?
Yeah, it ain't. You have some people that just go online and they just post pictures every day, right?
It ain't just getting the bag, because some of these people just getting the bag on bullshit.
No. Like you have some people who go out there and they post, their little snap videos or whatever it is, right? And they just do that every day.
You got Snapchat?
No,
Why?
because I honestly.
Because you ain't hustling.
Hustle.
You ain't hustling.
No.
Because you could get a Snapchat and you could put your opinion don't count all in your snap.
Hold on.
No.
So
But that ain't hustle. You ain't hustling though.
Nah, that have nothing to do with
Hustle.
hustling.
You don't
To
have Steve
obtain-
Harvey hustle, bro.
That ain't have nothing to do
you
with
don't
hustling.
have-
hold on, y'all do. Hold on.
But
Hustle is to obtain by forceful action or persuasion. That's the number 2 meaning.
That sound like rape, nigga. Forceful action or persuasion.
The other one is force to move hurriedly or unceremoniously in a specific direction.
okay, so this is what I'm saying is that somebody who just wake up and goes online and they posting pictures or videos every day, they are doing something consistently. That don't mean they hustling. But when you got somebody who doing it and they are now trying to perfect their craft, okay, they posting videos. All right, I posting videos. I need to take this to the next level. Let me learn how to do some video editing. Let me learn how to put little graphics in the video. Let me learn how to do some CGI stuff so I can put stuff in there to perfect what I'm doing. Like that's hustling, and they're constantly improving themselves and they're going towards a goal. Like it say, without like forcefully, like ain't nothing gonna get in my way, so I going to do this. If a wall in my way, I either breaking through it, hopping over it, going around it, digging under it, whichever one you want to figure out.
Hey, listen. Don't be talking with your boy Trump shit like that, buddy.
So listen.
Can't see the private jets flying over.
All right, because since today is going to be split up on multiple things we talking about, 30 seconds. Social media. Good, bad? What you think?
I think it's good. I think we're gonna move past it. Maybe not get over the social media hump, but you know what I mean. LimeWire has been dead and gone. It's a time.
What is LimeWire?
Now you got Apple Music.
Nigga
Know what I
say,
mean?
what is LimeWire? The quickest way to give your computer cancer, nigga. That's what that is.
Yeah, I believe. We're gonna progress to something bigger and better eventually. What that is, I don't know, but we in the social media era, and we gotta live with it.
All right, your 30 seconds is up. Basically, I think social media is a double-edged sword. Some people can make it from it, and some people just consume by it. And I feel that consumption is where it becomes bad. And the people that make it, if you got hustle and you got talent, you deserve it. These people like JJ Icefish and fucking bullshit like that.
It's something about you, girl.
Yeah, you ain't got no room for that. But anyway,
That nigga fire, bro. Shout out to Ice JJ Fish, bro. Do what you do, nigga. Do what you do, bro.
Come on, show us your 30 seconds on this.
Well, personally, I think social media, but I mean, I got all social medias, but I really don't even post shit. Like, listen, like, for real, though. I don't post it. I don't really post shit on Instagram.
So you ain't hustling.
I don't post shit on I don't post shit on Snapchat. I barely put. All I do is reshare shit. Like, if I see a funny video or funny meme or some shit, I like it and reshare it. And that's the most of my social media shit. And then if it's time for us to, like, promote a vid, I'll promote our podcast or whatever the case. But what I'm saying is like, I've been in situations where social media, like, people mad because you like this but didn't like that, or you would post a picture here but didn't post a picture there, and blah blah blah. Like, I would see somebody on Instagram with one picture, I go on Facebook, the same picture, I go on Snapchat, the same post. Like,
wait, your 30 seconds been up?
but shut your bitch ass up. What I saying is right? What I saying is like,
Double tap that shit.
people fucking like, people just look for that validation, bro. Like, just to go do what you do, bro. Like, you ain't gotta be all crazy on the social media to do all of that shit. But
DJ he can't count. So Dito,
I can't count.
30 seconds.
Yeah. Man, social media, like, I agree with you. It's a double-edged sword. You either got You either got people who gonna use it for some of the utility that it has, reaching out to people, keeping in touch, stuff like that. You know, talking to people you ain't talked to in a long time, things like that if you ain't got their number. But then you also got the side whereas it could affect people mentally because all they doing things is posting stuff for likes, and when they don't get the like and stuff that they got, that the likes and stuff that they wanted to receive, it becomes a problem for them, and then you see them try to do other things that they post to garner even more likes than what they got before, you know what I mean? So I think we as individuals need to check our own self and see and discipline ourselves to say, hey, look, I only gonna use social media for this, or I gonna limit myself to that, because you even get it to the point where like Apple even now, you could limit yourself to a certain amount of time to use.
You ain't got a minute, bro.
Fucking 30 seconds, but yeah.
Stop advertising for these niggas.
Listen, his 30 seconds is up. But before we get into something else, right? I just can shout out Team Rico. LimeWire is dead. The people that know what Team
Currently
Rico is all
original.
about. No. You know your little Team Rico following you
Yeah,
got going
hashtag
on.
currently original. Know what I mean,
So
follow
Rico,
to it. Know what I mean,
that means social
Hashtag
media.
it.
Social media gonna be dead soon. So y'all don't Team Rico on social media. Try to find out what the next wave is. Team Rico.
Hey, and we gonna be riding that wave. Know what I mean, grab your surfboards. Know what I mean, watch out for the
So-
sharks in the water.
So for me, I think the
yeah.
Why does nigga think he a fucking rap star? Bro?
Yeah, bro, watch out. watch out for the fins, dog. You know what I mean, the fishies, they be swimming, trying to eat you.
the fishies trying to eat you.
Yeah, the sharks. You know what I
No,
mean, the
sharks are the
whales.
fishies.
Know what I mean, you gotta
Sharks
watch out
and-
for the fins.
I don't think sharks and fish are considered the same thing.
Know what I mean, piranhas. They
Anyway.
fishies, they eat
I
ya.
thought you was talking about the dolphins, because he ain't no team worry about them.
But we can get into that. So my thing for what is the biggest thing facing the country today is just how we see people, like equality. It's just, you know, everybody.
Explain.
This nigga will get Dito started, boy.
Nah, you got all right. So you got
We sit
equality
back,
on so many
sit
levels.
back
You
for
got-
this one.
You got sexism, you got racism, you got all these different things. where-
Isms. You got all these isms.
Yeah, bro, and it's real because even with
This nigga Rico.
like classes, if somebody don't have your money or somebody don't live your lifestyle, you have some issue with them, whereas because we don't agree, we can't be friends, we can't get along. I mean, yeah, I don't agree with half the shit y'all niggas to say, but does that mean we can't chill and like talk it over?
You such a liar, but I thought you agreed with everything I said.
Never. I told you many times you can't be my boy running. I don't agree with you on that.
Hold on.
see.
Hold on. So,
Yo, this nigga.
You want me?
this is one of the biggest problems in America.
Yeah, bro. Because
Why are you doing this? Why are you
I'm
doing
trying
this?
to figure
I
out.
cannot wait to hear what your biggest problem in America
I don't
is.
know what it is. I'm still thinking
I
on
don't
that.
know.
So y'all will
I
get that
don't
next
know.
episode. But
so you see,
Next
You see, alright.
Thursday. Next Thursday.
for example, right? I can use this, DJ. I hope this don't offend you, but like you got black people that would be no stop, bro.
This
for real,
nigga
this-
say you
this-
got black people.
No, that one, they would want to say something, but in the moment they'd say something in a regard of being for their people, and then in the next moment they got something negative to say about their people.
Uncle
But-
Toms, they call Uncle Toms.
Yeah,
but
but
don't call them
nah,
black.
but
Call them Uncle Toms.
then
you
you
got
got-
Uncle Toms.
then you in the same
Yeah.
in the same way you got white people that is push up their nose to like hillbillies just because they don't have your money. That means they less than you as a person.
They call
Yet
Uncle
they-
Sam's.
Clap.
The white people Uncle Sam's. Yeah.
So, but this is what it is, and in every race. So if we can't stick together in your own race, not to say we don't need no segregation, we don't need that.
Hold
but
on, I got a quick question.
if you can't even
'Cause
stick together like that,
I kind of lost and confused because you was talking about equality, and now to sound like something different.
it's but in the sense when I say equality, like treating everyone as a fair, bro. Like just because you don't have someone money or you're not the same color, why can't we get along and be equal? That's what I'm saying. Like so, like we go say to Uncle Sam's and Uncle Tom's, whatever you want to call them, right? So listen,
Somebody make that up.
when so for a white person, right? They all white power, but if it's a hillbilly person, they treat you like shit. Or if it's your veterans that
they don't fuck with veterans at all.
Right, they don't
bruh.
fuck with veterans. But then another thing to talk on like black people, Black Lives Matter, Black Power, but then you got Chicago going on. You killing your own people. If you can't stand together with your own people, you definitely ain't gonna stand together with someone else.
Okay.
And in the world,
I see what you get.
right? So in the world, we need to, no matter what color you is, no matter if you male or female, the next person's view needs to at least be heard. And if y'all can't agree to disagree, and then at some point, right, keep it moving. But why does that mean you can't be cool with the person?
I mean, and I agree with you. Obviously, we need unity, in the world. But that's a problem that's been going on for years, many years. People don't like this kind or that kind. And whether it be black and white, whether it be, German and Jews, whether it be, Moses and letting his people go.
Go.
But for real, like racist.
This nigga put up the fist, dog. Like Moses power him.
Or nationalities. Like it's been a war throughout history. You know what I mean? And it's fucked up because as people, all us bleed red. Feel me?
Exactly.
So, but that's all I gotta say on that.
A lot of times too, right? I see that you got people just all on a belief system. Like, so I don't believe in something you believe in. Strictly, like we could talk about transgenders. Transgenders don't live the lifestyle I live. Just because of that. Now, for me, I personally don't care. Like, it don't bother me. If that's your lifestyle, as long as you're not pushing it on me, I'm fine with it. So, but then you have people that truthfully, like we spoke about previously, that hate them because of their choice. Like, so you built a form of segregation because you hate them on their belief system. That's their belief system. Even just because we have different belief systems, we can't find a common ground to say, all right, we at this point, you believe in that, I believe in this. This is the fair medium.
I mean, it's just simple, but you could disagree with what somebody believes or what somebody thinks, but you could respect their right to have that thought. You don't have to respect what they believe, but everybody have the right to their own opinions. Everybody have the right to their own beliefs. You could respect, hey, even if it's somebody who is as disgusting as a racist, right? To say, but look, I completely and utterly disagree with your thoughts on this matter in every aspect of it. But you as your own person, I respect your right to have that opinion, though I think it's disgusting and ugly and all of these types of things. You know what I mean?
Right, and if we could all just respect the other person's view, not to say you believe it, not to say you agree with it. I think
Jesus said it best.
And I was
do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
bruh, as far as you saying about equality, bruh, I don't think we'll ever have equality.
No, I don't think we'll ever have it, and that's what I'm saying is the truthful. That's the biggest thing, and facing not just this country, the world, bro. And if we could find some sort of common ground, the world would be a way different place.
Nigga, we already got the common ground. Earth, nigga. That's the common ground. Let me tell you why I say that, bro, because
it's ground and everybody's standing.
No. I know that's the literal sense.
But don't cross them imaginary lines.
That's the literal sense, but what I'm saying is, it's like, we literally destroying this whole planet, bro. Whether I fucking Chinese with all the pollution, or whether I doing some other shit on this side of the world with some other type of pollution. You feel what I saying? Or
Just for y'all, he ain't Chinese. See, he ain't Chinese.
or cutting down trees, or doing this, or setting this shit on fire, doing that. You know what I mean? Like we already fucking the whole common ground up. As far as equality is now it's like a who got more rights to fuck this shit up more.
Exactly. Nobody
That's
should have
all it
more
is.
rights. That so it's like, all right, right. If let's put it to a police standpoint. So, say you out somewhere. We can put me and you in the same scenario. Somebody try you. You feel like your life in danger. There ain't no cameras around. They just try you. Whether or not your life is really in danger, you shot them in self-defense. We in Florida, so we could do that, right? You might go to jail, but on the next time, if it was me, they might say, well, oh, they believe me, my life was in danger.
You going to jail, bro.
A lot. I mean, well, someone that's fair-skinned, such as myself, just not me.
Just not you.
Right. But what my point is, if it was me and you in the same situation, I might get a privilege versus you just because they see complexion.
That is crazy though. Like
which ain't fair.
To sit here in this room with y'all and say we might have different issues if we get pulled over separately.
Yes, that's the truth.
Crazy, bro.
Like hold on, I seen both of these two get pulled over many times, and like it's like, so y'all just let them go with it. Me being in the driver's seat, I get it, and we all the same complexion, which then you could say,
Hey, I mean,
maybe
black at one point.
no.
Dreads or some
No,
shit, like,
I
what
just
the
saying
fuck?
maybe that it might just be
He
they
ju- he
feel
just
I
co-
was doing something
He
wrong.
just come off
Bro,
the beach. He
niggas
had a little tan on him.
Bro, niggas
Never- I
pulled me
don't get
over. Niggas pulled me over and thought I steal my own car, bro.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? And you, where was this here or?
This is right by Fridays, nigga, right
well,
there.
as far as
Right,
like,
coming off the when you get off the iPhone, you take the what the road is.
Conroy?
Yeah, you get off iPhone, you come off corner, and you make that right to go.
You
to
want to break
fucking-
down that whole scenario?
I mean,
Give us a rundown. I don't know.
I come off the exit, boom, boom, come off, make that right by Fridays.
You ain't gotta give us the whole directions. You
Niggas
do.
whistle me up, whoop, whoop, lights, whatever the case. I pull over. Homeboy say, white cop. Homeboy's like, oh, you swerving a little bit there, or whatever the case. If you been drinking, I was like, no. If anything, I'm tired. It's like 11 o'clock. I'm trying to go home. He's like, all right, license and registration, blah blah, the usual. So
Yeah.
he take my shits, go back to the car.
That's swerving shit, by the way. Sorry. That's their little tactic, cause they pulled that on Rico one time, and they was like, yeah, you was swerving, and he wasn't.
Of course, I wasn't swerving. You know what I mean? So
Swerve.
right? So he come on asking me who's Linda, yada yada. It's my mom name on the registration too, right? Or whatever the case. Who's Linda, yada yada. It's my mom. How long you been driving this car? Blah blah. It's like since we bought the car, like a couple months ago. Yeah, this was like a couple of months after I get the car too. A couple of months ago. Yeah, I just had it for a couple of months. Alright. So you know the owner of this vehicle? I'm like, yes, I'm the owner of the vehicle. And he's like, you're clearly not the owner of the vehicle, blah blah blah, yada yada. And I was like, and the the me part of me was like ready to like freak out on this dude, like, you feel what I'm saying? But I just was like, you know what? Let me just don't even say nothing. Go back to the car. Must see 10 minutes go by, bro. I sitting in the car, just sitting there, two of my hands on the steering wheel. The next police car come up. I was like, oh fuck, I getting arrested. You know when that second car pull up, that second car pull up is nap time, nigga. Like so, the second car pull up. Short little police officer, black lady, short hair, dead short. Like she stand up and her head was like right to my window. Like that's how short she was, bro. So she started talking to me and I was like, first of all, like I wasn't swerving. I don't know where he get that from. I ain't been drinking. My house literally right around the corner. I just trying to go home, bro. Now he asking me all these questions. So to her, cause she's the same color as me, I kind of like let everything out to her. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she's like, just relax, just calm down. I was like, bro, I am super relaxed right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the last thing I want y'all think is I unstable in this whole life.
Yeah.
So I'm super calm, right? So she go back to him. They do this little talk or whatever the case. He gets in his car. She come up to me. She's like, yeah, he thought He thought the vehicle was stolen, yada yada. Once again, the me side of me was about to say, well, why the fuck would he think that? Like, you know what I mean? Just to make it about race almost in a way. So but I still didn't say that. She was like, oh, he thought the car was stolen, yada yada. But what I did do is I was like, so if that's the case, why he pull me over and say
that you was swerving?
Like, you know what I mean? If that was the case, he should have come right out with
and said, yo, you in a stolen vehicle. This car was reported stolen.
So she didn't. I can't even remember the answer she gave me. Listen, I can't even remember the answer she gave me, bro. But she was like, she's like, but I'm still on the after action. You know the owner of the vehicle. I said, it's my mom. If you want to call us 11 o'clock, I can call her right now. If you feel like waking up and doing all of this, you definitely can, or whatever the case. So she's like, you know what? I guess my frustration about it was like this nigga vehicle. Like, you know what I mean? And I was like, if y'all want, y'all can follow me home, bro. I live right here. Since y'all afraid of me swerving or whatever the case. She's like, no, you're fine, yada yada. Have a good night. We're just trying to make sure like you're safe and all.
But your name on the registration too.
Yeah.
So why would it even be?
This what I don't understand.
See, and that's to bring it back to my point full circle. So he went through that, right? His name is on the registration. If that was a white person, that cop would have never even. First off, that swerving shit was all a lie, just to entrap DJ into his little gimmick or whatever.
Boy, he almost entrapped me too, bro. Cause
now
I don't fuck with authority like that, bro. Like.
And so you got that right.
So,
but if it was a white person, he probably would have never even asked that or accused them of that. He probably literally just pulled you over because were your windows down? No, so he probably couldn't see you. He probably couldn't see you.
And I mean, like I got this crazy.
And like as far as America go, like black people has been at a disadvantage. You know what I mean? And for example,
minorities on the whole, bro.
Minorities, but black people and black people especially. I mean the Indians too, right? But as far as
true Mexican Americans too, though.
Yeah, I know, but I talking about as far as African Americans and being like they like being literally at a disadvantage. So let me give my example, right? I was reading the history of psychology to break down through the years from the 1800s all the way up to 2000s, right? And they start with like Plato, the philosopher, way back in the 1800s, and it built up through the history, right? And the first black person in like 1940 or something like that. Like all his mentions was the first black philosopher or the first black philosopher to get his PhD. That was his only recognition. And you see like in the past, like the other people who were mentioned, their recognitions was like, oh, the theory, they came up with this theory or that theory, or they wrote this book and that book. But when you see the black person, you just realize like damn, like this literally where they started at. Know what I mean? When you have white people for the past 100 years already had a build up, know what I mean? A knowledge going throughout the years, an advantage essentially. Feel me? And that's just in like philosophy, but like in anything, like they had a disadvantage. So when you talk about like black on black crimes and like segregation, you know, you have white people and black people all pushed into their, well, white people wasn't pushed into their corner, but black people was
they
pushed
wanted their corner. They wanted to be
yeah, they wanted their own shit. But like it's segregation, so black people essentially have their own community, you know what I mean? But
yeah, but it was a community built on certain like theories to make them eradicate themselves or to live in such a poor standard that
yeah, and just like mentally, like
living, bro.
Just mentally.
But that's exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly my point. To it. Why do we still carry that on, knowing that they to be honest, most of us three best friends are all black people, and they some of the nicest people you could ever meet.
Yeah, but that's our experience, and
yeah, but see, how would people with that narrow mind ever experience that if they don't at least sit down to hear the next person's view?
I mean, you got ignorant people in this world who just.
I mean, and then when you deal with a lot of people who think your view don't even fucking hold any weight, like.
Well, I mean,
I
This is your
know I
opinion.
can get
This-
chopped down.
This is your opinion don't count.
I know I can
So-
get chopped down for this one. I don't really give a fuck what nobody thinks about this, right? But that's why I could respect the bond between two crazy people such as Donald Trump and Kanye West. I think both of them retarded, but at the same time,
They best friends, nigga.
they
hold hands
they
and
sit
drool
down
together.
and they listen to each other's views. But whether or not Donald Trump is a racist or not, they still have and if more of that could happen, regardless of not to say crazy people, bro, but
More people coming together.
coming together just to hear your view, bro. Like, babe, I don't know how good of an idea it is that Donald Trump will sit down with Kim Jong-un, but he's the first president in how long to even have that conversation. That may be necessary to move forward, bro.
I mean, Kanye's wife, Kim.
Shout out to
Kim sit down with him and they got that lady released from prison.
To who, nigga? Shout out to who? Who get released from prison?
Centoya Brown.
Yeah,
Oh.
and that was because Kim sitting down with Trump. But either way. But this that's what I said.
Shout out to Dennis Rodman.
The first shot of the week.
That nigga's mad.
The first shot of the week that we did was
Shout out to Dennis Rodman.
listen to understand rather than listen to reply. We got to sit down and just have these conversations, regardless of how harsh they may be, regardless of how heated they may become. We still got to sit down and have these discussions. I mean, bro.
And figure out a common ground that we could all live by
Bro.
and get along with it.
I mean, it was a while ago, right? Me and my sister, we had a big argument.
Huh?
Yeah, me and
Rico,
Naya. They was there. Yeah.
you're a female part? Say sister-in-law, bro, because you throw me off so hard. I was like,
Bruh.
Surprise!
You know Jess who
Did
like,
nigga say?
bruh.
Did nigga say?
You know I have no sisters, so I only can be talking about my sister-in-law. Anyway,
Adam
that's
is a
that's
fool.
that's
Adam,
to
he's
me,
a fool.
hey,
son.
that's
Dino
my
said me
sister.
and my
I
sister.
did not
Niggas
have
is
a,
like,
I
niggas
did
is
not
like.
have a gender
change.
transformation. Know what I mean? A
Me-
gender
okay.
change.
is gender reassessment?
Yeah, I
Me
did
and
not
my
have.
sister-in-law, since you want to be technical.
I did not have
We-
the sausage
Like,
tucked.
we were talking on a touchy subject, and we got into full argument mode. But even after that, in that same night, we calmed down at a point, and we still were able to have a conversation.
But here's the
Right.
problem, though. You nor your sister-in-law had access to nukes and shit. Because in that moment, one of y'all was ready to blow the other fucking city off the map, bro.
We talking about the problem with the world, and Adam talking about these
That is a
isms.
huge problem, though. That trumps my social media shit, no pun intended. But, yeah, that's a big-ass problem
okay.
for real.
I just feel in all, we must stop, whether it be in our own small groups, even the slightest thing of like when somebody trying to come up or get up out of their situation, and you think the people around you who are your family, your friends, they should be your biggest supporters. They should be the people trying to share your stuff. They should be the people trying to support you. But I can't even call them critics. They're your biggest haters. They're the ones that hate to see your success rather than try to push it. So if we can't get along in our own little circles to help each other succeed, we'll never get to that point that we could do this on a world level.
I mean,
So I think it starts in, like, who said it? I don't know who the person was who said you must be Gandhi. You got to be the change you want to see in the world.
I don't know.
I think it was Gandhi. I could be wrong, but
the bit, and this all stem from land. Know what I mean? People want more land. That's what it.
I think.
I mean,
I think at a point in time it was that way. But even when we go
but I
through
mean,
stuff,
just as far as back as 70 years ago, World War II, shit was all about land.
World War II wasn't about land.
It was about land.
World-
The Germans.
World War II was not about land.
What was it about?
You ain't had a nigga say he just watched World War II in color?
What was it
What
about?
is you talking
What was it
about, bro?
But it was because Hitler was killing
No,
people, bro.
yeah, well,
That's what it was?
That's World War II.
Yeah,
World
yeah,
power.
and Hitler,
and I
Hitler
guess if you say it was world power,
Hitler regime moved out and started conquering lands, bro. And people was like, "Yo, what's going on?" And to be honest, America and Russia and they ain't really had a problem with it until he gone into Russia. And then, I mean, as far as America,
And Russia
part of
wasn't
it.
having that shit.
And then the same thing, bro. Japan wanted more land. They take over the Philippines. They take over China.
Well, I don't know about the Japan situation, but I was talking about Hitler.
They wanted more land.
Him
They fucked
getting
Pearl
more
Harbor.
land. Hitler getting more land was more of a byproduct of what he was trying to accomplish. He wanted a pure race. That's what he wanted.
Yeah,
And
it's
killing those.
That nigga, hey, that's
But,
crazy though. That nigga was a legit evil villain, you know, bro.
his ideologies.
Yeah,
that was
and
his
so-
ideologies.
And so
but
as you kill these people, like you're gonna take what they have. It wasn't
do
you. It was he wanted those people dead, and he just got what they had.
How do you want a
versus-
pure race that don't even look like what you are?
The man was crazy, bro. What would you?
No.
I
He
even
wants
had a
blonde hair,
conversation
blue
with
eyes.
him.
Blonde hair, blue eyes, but he
wanted
has blonde hair, brown eyes.
territory.
Yeah,
He also seeked out more territory.
but and I think this just comes down. It comes down to having power.
And even in the sense of America, you know what I mean? Like, it's land, bro. Like, they pushed the Native Americans out, like, for their land. It was all I feel like the fighting towards like different races. What?
America ain't do that.
What you mean America ain't do that?
Columbus niggas do that. That ain't they ain't Americans.
Yeah, but
They come here and push the Indians out.
But even
But-
if you
but-
want to
hold
get
on, hold on.
if you want to bring it to like present time,
Hold
like
on,
talk
even-
about like the
Even
Dakota
in that, I mean,
pipeline. You know what I mean? Like they have even
You say
if
the coca pipeline?
Dakota pipeline, like even if like even if that was past tense back then, where it wasn't known as America yet. Yeah, they push out the Native Americans, but they still have reserves, bro, and they still disrespecting their land. Like they even
Nah.
Res-
That hold on.
supposed
That
to
thing was
respect-
that thing was a bit different. The Dakota pipeline was a bit different. There was a period of time when they put in the paperwork to get the Dakota pipeline going, and they had a period of time in which they could refute it, and they didn't do so in that time period.
I
and
know.
they were allowed to go forward.
which is all fucked up though. Like if you have my point is it's about land. Like, bro, we putting this shit on your land, and we need this land. And if you ain't with it, then we can go to war.
You
Know what I mean?
You take it a little.
Well, yeah.
No, I don't
I
think
mean-
I did. Like
I mean, the government have that ability when they need land for government things like building roads. If you have this property and they need to build a road here and your property on where they need to build that road, the government has the right to be able to take it, but they must give you market value for that piece of land.
I know, but ain't
Right.
no residential area going to war with the government. You know what I mean? I talking about like when you got racists involved.
So you saying,
know what I mean?
alright, so
like whole nationalities.
so
involved.
the war with Iraq wasn't about land.
Was it
Ain't
about
like we
land?
wanted Iraq. Ain't like America wanted Iraq or some shit.
Well, what was it
This-
about in
this
your
why-
opinion?
this why I say it's about
Apparently, they
power.
had nuclear weapons or some
Because
shit, and we went
'cause
over there to
it-
see.
it's
We went over there to
been-
see
been a
if
lot
that's the
of
case.
theories
speculation,
About,
yeah.
speculation about.
But
what
that wasn't
war
about
was
land,
know what
bro.
I mean?
That wasn't about land.
But what that lead to, right? I mean, for me, I feel like it's about land because they say it's about the oil fields.
Nah,
It's
I-
about the
I
oil.
think it's about power.
You know what I mean?
It's about
Wasn't
power
it-
because
wasn't
when,
about oil, bro.
Because when Saddam went into power, it was the U.S. who put him there, and they figured, hey, we got this nigga under our thumb. Boom. Now he got to a point where he was so powerful, and he apparently had weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah, and
That they're like, flipping.
but we also talking about a time post Hitler, bro. Like we also talking about like the world has gotten to a point where they like, yo, we don't see what a regime could do if they this dude nearly take over half of the world, bro. He's at war with France, Europe,
Okay.
Russia.
Okay, so what's your point?
I'm saying if they discovered like he had so much power, know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
If that's what the war was really about, because I don't think that's what it was about. Because anyway, that's another
Alright,
topic.
yeah.
But I think like they was just, if that was what the war was about, they was just trying to shut that shit down because, like I say, it's like post Hitler. It's like, damn, this dude could come and try start taking over shit. You know what I mean? And the world don't want that.
I think you pull it a little far away from the equality thing. So let's make it a little quick wrap up on how y'all feel about this equality thing being a big issue to play in how the world is. I don't know if you want to give a 30-second.
Bro.
Bro, I mean, that's my wrap up. I mean,
Hitler?
I mean,
Equality.
Think about,
the topic today is equality. All right, so Adolf
not
Hitler.
You think about just World War II in general, like, and inequality, people fighting different nationalities, countries going to war for land, bro, or for assets, or
Shout out World War II in color.
like, I mean,
Bro, I don't think a lot of these wars was for land, bro, to be honest.
Anyway,
Hitler shit- the
30
Hitler
30
situation.
second wrap up because we about to dive into this.
nah, that's my wrap up. I think
You can go now.
we talk about
I
that
think-
off air, but I mean,
I think from the beginning, I stated my point that, if we could learn to coexist, we don't have to agree. We don't have to, like, all be a yes man to the next man. But if we could coexist, first you need to start your coexistence in your small circles. That's the only way to work outward. You got to support your people, and you got to learn to at least hear them out, not to say that you agree with them or going to do what they want, and learn to find common grounds more than just this my view and we going to go to war over us having a difference of opinion.
I'm looking different at features and shit.
My little take on the equality situation is, I agree with Adam. It's more like, to me, it's a question as a why, bro. Like, why it is so hard to do. Like, plain and simple, bro. Like, America think they the greatest country ever. Russia think they better than America. Everybody is get everything from the fucking Chinese. Like, but at the same time, everybody got their own military because they watching their back from the other person. Honestly, bro, like, it's more of a question as to why. Like, why we can't just fucking talk to each other, bro, and figure some shit out, bro. Like, plain and simple, bro. Like, equality, if anything, I think that's the biggest issue in this whole entire world, bro. The fact that everybody, all these nations is their own nation, and they all think they're great at something, and they all got to clash with each other for some dumb shit. Like Rico say, land. But
I mean,
And when Rico was talking about land, where Rico,
most of it is land, but I mean, you
Just
do
land.
got people who dislike others for
Just
their
because,
features.
bro,
Yeah.
like-
yeah, their skin color or their features.
But the head, not a real problem is, right? Like, I don't know this to a sense. Like, you have Chinese people saying, "Fuck dread, we don't like them Chinese people with eyes 2 inches apart." Like, how in America, we Americans having problems with Americans because you black, you Latino, you whatever the case. Like, whereas in these other countries, you think Russians fight with other Russians because they like darker skin or lighter skin or whatever the case. If I even making sense with that, but I just saying,
I don't
like,
think it's that big of a deal there, but it may be. You never know. But that's your 30 seconds, so you got 30 more.
yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Oh, but hold on, before you get into that, baby, Rico did say, Hitler was at war with France, so and so, and Europe. Wait, do you realize that fucking Germany is in Europe? Anyway, go ahead.
But,
this
yeah,
You said he was at war with Europe.
That nigga's stupid,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, essentially,
You know what he mean, bro. You know what he mean,
essentially, he
bro.
was like he pretty much was at war with the whole of Europe.
Alright, this
I mean,
this
for real.
this my thing. I think that I think we all equal and we all not equal, because you got to sit down and look at that. in terms of intrinsic human value, you're a human. My life ain't worth no more than yours.
What intrinsic mean? Like, come on, stop it, man. You've been listening from TI podcast.
It's built into you. The value of a human life is equal to every other human life, the life itself.
Right.
But when you go on an everyday basis, right? I'm more valuable than you in some circumstances, and you're more valuable than me in some circumstances, depending on who is looking at you, right? You go at your job, right? Because of what you know, what you learn, they view you in a certain value bracket, so they're going to pay you a certain price. If I was to go to your job and say, hey, I want a job, they ain't going to put me in the same value bracket. See what I'm saying? And vice versa.
Cause Tito better than every mechanic in your fucking place, nigga.
Nah, I saying he'd be better than me.
And this is how the war begins. This is how
See what I'm
wars
saying?
See me
begin.
refraining? I am
Right.
agreeing to disagree.
This is how wars
Right,
begin.
and
I mean,
I will
bro.
layer him out.
I mean, bro, you even see it with your daughter. Like, Andrea love me. Andrea love you. But, bro, she ain't gonna pick me over daddy no day.
Of course not.
Exactly my point. So in
Daddy
her
is better than you.
in her eyes, you are more valuable to her than I am. See what I'm saying? That's the whole
Right,
point.
yeah, I get what
all
you're saying.
cars get you from A to B, but one value
Oh,
more
yeah, I
than
get
the
what
next.
you're saying.
That's
Yeah.
for a different
Friends
reason.
and
They all made out of metal and plastic, and we shouldn't look at it like that, because the $300
This is-
this
this is
will
wrap
get
up.
you to point B, just
Yeah.
as the treat.
Okay, wrap it up, guys. Wrap it up.
Yeah.
This is wrap up.
Yes, my point is they all do the same job. Some just valued more for different reasons. And in terms of everything that's going on, or rather everything that is perceived to be going on in the country, though it happens, right? Like y'all talking about the racism stuff, the classism stuff, and things like that. I a little bit of conspiracy theorist over here. I think it's all to just to change narrative whenever they, because they know it's a hot topic on certain issues, that when they don't want you to see something, they could put something out there just to get people riled up about something. You know what I mean?
Hashtag Ebola. Where the fuck did that magically
so
go
That's
to?
a whole nother.
Yeah.
that's
So
a
so
podcast.
Y'all ain't want me
So-
start
so
on this
even-
conspiracy
even-
shit, bro.
even like the police brutality stuff, yes, it does happen, but all cops don't do it. You know what I
Alright.
mean?
Alright, so
Okay, you
you know,
got.
in
Hold on,
less than 3 minutes.
I'm gonna drop it. Yeah.
Hold on, hold on.
This
Let me
is-
finish.
That was the shot of the
The
week.
show
guys.
ain't called the show ain't called Tito Opinion Counts.
Nah.
It's your opinion.
Yes,
don't
but
count.
I'm giving my opinion.
Nigga, how much
right.
opinion you got?
I got a lot. I ain't say a lot. I was listening to y'all.
Man, nigga say 30
I
seconds.
had to hold my tongue for some
Nigga
stuff.
say, cause listen,
So,
listen,
Audrey
cause this right here, this ain't equality, nigga. You can't get 5 minutes, and then niggas
we
get
get
45 seconds,
And
dog.
we get 5
You see what I
minutes together.
said?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We get 5 minutes.
Anyway,
the coke ass.
to
Nigga,
wrap it up.
Then nigga shit on your whole equality situation, bro. He whiter than everybody in you. That's another thing too, bro.
You got them Santa Claus cheeks.
Anyway,
Santa Claus is coming to town, guys.
Yeah, this how I can wrap it up. I think when it comes to this equality, talking about the equality stuff, each of us need to evaluate everybody on an individual basis. You shouldn't be classing everybody all together because of whatever classification you want to put them in, whether they rich, whether they white, whether they black, whether they Asian, whether they Hispanic. Evaluate that person on an individual basis.
All right, so go ahead, take us into the shot of the week since you took 10 minutes.
I don't even know which one I
The
went
stab of the week.
You can't be not knowing what you want to do.
Okay,
You can
okay.
just-
I can do this, right? So, the detox your mind shot of the week is, right? Everyone in your circle is not in your corner. Right? So just what?
No, that's a hard one.
I don't say.
Right? So think about wrestling, think about boxing, right? They call it the squared circle for a reason.
They call it a ring, for Christ's sake.
Yes, the squared circle. It's a ring. It's a square that we call a ring. A ring is a circle, right?
Yeah, I
So
get it. go ahead.
so right. In
You
that
got an octagon.
in that ring.
It can be in your circle and your corner. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just wanted to go. I'm sorry. Go
big
ahead.
facts. Big facts. They could be in your circle.
Well, they don't call
in your corner.
they don't call the octagon a circle, but anyway, or a ring. So but they call it a ring, and when you look at it, when you in there, you fighting somebody that is in your circle. They in your circle, but they ain't the person in your corner backing you up and making sure you good and prepared to go in the next round. See what I'm saying?
This nigga laugh for that.
Alright.
Yo, I fuck with that. That's a dope ass, everybody in your circle ain't in your corner. That's pretty. That's somebody have that probably tattooed on them right now as we speak.
I was about to get that a couple years ago.
Okay, makes sense.
Generic.
I
Hey,
am
that-
years ahead there. But I didn't know.
Lame. Nigga like generic. So crazy. Hey, that sounds real dope. If you like it, that's cool. If you don't like it, that's also cool. Because at the end of the day, your opinion don't count. Definitely make sure y'all like and subscribe on YouTube. Hit the notification, hit the bell. It's free. You don't gotta pay to do that. You just click a button. Also, hit us up on Facebook at Your Opinion Don't Count, and follow us on Instagram at Your Opinion Don't Count _YODC.
Hey, your opinion may not count, but your fucking likes do. So click that like button.
I know subscriptions. So.
Stop cursing at these people who some of them can be white and they feelings is get hurt. A lot easier than
Double
others.
mayonnaise. But don't forget to like our shit, share our shit, subscribe to our shit, because we ain't fucking around.
We out.